Good morning, dear students. My name is Reena Kumari, Assistant Professor English, Government Girls College, Bara. And our today's lecture is for Class BA Part 3rd, and this is e-lecture for our first paper, Poetry and Drama. And this lecture contains the first poem of Unit 1st, namely, the name of our poem is The Lotus Eaters. This poem is written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Dear students, get ready with your books and read the poem line by line, and after that carry on with me e-lecture for explanation of the poem. As we studied, means when you study in your book, you see the main poem contains only 45 lines, and remaining part from line number 46 to 173 is a choric song sung by the mariners. This poem is based on the legendary story of Greek poets Homer's epic Odyssey, book 9th. And this is the general introduction of the poem. The poem, The Lotus Eaters, Alfred Lord Tennyson. And as we look on the screen, the brief introduction of the poem. The first point of the introduction is the Lotus Island. Means here we have to know about the Lotus Island, where it is situated, and is it imaginary or the real. Then the name of the island of Lotus Eaters is, as we have here looking, Leta-Fogoi, which is situated on the coast of North Africa. And the second is, what is lotus? Lotus means not a lotus flower as we see in our surroundings. Here actually the lotus is an African plant known as Syramine lotus, means it is scientific name, maybe scientific name of the lotus. The lotus flower and fruit, when eaten by anyone, gives man a feeling of contentment and lethargy. Lotus acts as a neurotic drug, and lotus fruit is honey sweet, which grows on a flowery plant on a thorny bush. This fruit is called jujube. It is called in a local language of Africa. And the third point of general introduction to the poem is Trojan War. Means, as we have discussed that this poem is concerned with the Greek legend, Greek great poet Homer's Odyssey, and Odyssey book 9th. This is story based on the story of Odyssey book 9th. So here we have to know about the Trojan War, the story of Ulysses and his mariners, and the total background of this ancient Greek legend. And thus the third point is Trojan War. Trojan War, which took place between the people of Troy city and the Greek on account of the most beautiful lady Helen. Helen loved Paris. Paris is the prince of city Troy. Helen was married to the king of Greek. So she eloped with the prince of Troy. Because of Helen's eloping, the Trojan War occurred between the Troy city and the army of the Greeks for 10 years. And the Ulysses and his army and so many warriors took part in this Trojan War. Some warriors from the side of Greek and some warriors from the side of Troy. And Ulysses and his mariners, his warriors, also fought in the Trojan War from the side of from the side of Greek, the king of Greek. And after the war of 10 years, they returned from the city Troy to their homeland. And this is story based on this incident. And the fourth point is the story of Ulysses and mariners. The poem is based on a familiar legendary story of Greek poet Homer's epic Odyssey, book 9th, in which the hero Ulysses and his mariners, after the destruction and the siege of Troy city, were returning to their homeland Ithaca. Means Ulysses was the king of Ithaca, and he took part in the Trojan War from the side of king of Greece. Ulysses was the king of Ithaca, and he fought for the Greek in Trojan War. While voyaging, these mariners came to the island of Lotus Eaters. In Homer's Odyssey, Ulysses forced two mariners to return to their homeland Ithaca. But in the poem The Lotus Eaters, Tennyson has given a twist to the Homer's story. These mariners found the life without work, action and motion at this island. They decided to stay permanently at this island as the plant lotus gave them drowsiness. And the questions are based from the poem like thus as the questions at your screen, the first question. Look at the first question. These are the type of the question which is mostly asked in our university examination in the 10 marks or 20 marks. The first question is, does Tennyson approach of philosophy of inaction and pessimism in the poem The Lotus Eaters comment? Or second is, bring out in your own words the philosophy of life as expressed by Tennyson in the poem The Lotus Eaters. Or list the reason why Ulysses and his mariners do not wish to return their homeland. Comment upon them. Means this is actually the theme of the poem. Means what would happen? The mariner don't want to return their homeland. Then our answer is like this. First point is introduction. Tennyson's poem Lotus Eaters embodies the Epicurean philosophy of life. Epicurean was the Greek philosopher. He and his follower advocate the idea that one should lead one's life on principles of. What are these principles? What are the Epicurean principles? The principle of to eat and drink and be merry, means be happy and have no toil at all. This is the Epicurean philosophy, and in this poem we see the Epicurean philosophy, and some philosophy is advocated by the Tennyson here. In this poem, Tennyson is created the atmosphere in action and quietude. The poem contains a choric song also. In this song, mariners are shown singing in a group, revealing the kind of life which now they want to live at the Lotus Island by permanently settling here and not returning to their homeland Ithaca and Greece. And the atmosphere of the poem. What is the atmosphere of the poem? And Browning's Tennyson's theory of inaction is described through the poem. The atmosphere of the poem supports the Browning's philosophy of life. Means Browning also the advocate of inaction. At the opening of the poem, Ulysses and the mariners came to the land of Lotus. It was the land where always seemed afternoon, where the breeze appeared to be falling asleep slowly. Asleep, there were many streams in the Lotus Island dropping slowly. 3 mountains tops covered with snow. Sun appeared to be setting, but it was taking a long time to set. Hills covered with the lotus plant and yellow flowers. Lotus eaters carried the branches of the sleepy plants and they offered the lotus fruit to newcomers. However, however, whoever at the lotus felt so drowsy and sleepy, and they began to dream their native land, their wives, their sons. Now they did not want to continue the voyage. Then they all sang the choric song that they would no longer roam. Her philosophy of inaction is described by the Tennyson. And next is the central idea of the poem. The poem expresses the mood of laziness. In this poem, Tennyson applies the philosophy of life as inaction. The mariners thinks that all things in nature have rest and freedom for toil, weariness and action. Men should take a lesson from plants, fruits and flowers which are fortunate to grow, develop, decay and finally come to an end according to the allotted period of life without having any worries. It means all things in nature have an easeful life. The poet puts this idea by presenting the beautiful image of nature as we see in the choric song as follows. As they sung like as follows: the flower ripens its place, ripens and fades and falls, and hath no toil, and fast rooted in the fruitful soil. Next, the mariner thinks that we all have toil and suffer whole life, but there is no fruitful reward to offers as a result of toiling life. Mariners advance their great reason by saying that when death is inevitable means fixed, definite, and why then a man should labor hard? If death comes to all, then why a man should labor hard? Human life does not have any reward to offer, so they want to lead a life of inaction and quietude here on the land of lotus eaters. They don't want to return their homeland from this island, and in his choric song, as the mariner sung as follows: death is the end of life. Ah, why should life all labor be? The mariner here means here the poet wants to say, if death must come to all, it is fruitful for a man to worry. Is it fruitful to man to worry and trouble in his life with toil? Means if death must come, then why should we all trouble and toil in our life? With the eating of lotus created a narcotizing effect on a man. They would like have a life of dreams, and poet describes their feeling as thus. Means in the following line the poet describes the feelings of the mariner: to dream and dream like yonder amber light, to hear each other's whispered speech. And next is the point is pessimistic philosophy of life in last stanza of the choric song. Means the choric song is the main having main idea of the poem. As we have previous discussed that this poem is divided into the two parts. First 45 line contains the main part of the poem, and in the 45 lines there is a natural scenery of the island of lotus eaters. Means only the natural scenery, and some people offers to the mariner the fruit and flowers of the lotus, and after eating that they get deep slumber, and they are going continue to they are in his dreams watching their homeland, and totally they went into the pessimism. And after the 45 lines till 170 lines, the remaining part is the choric song, and choric song is the main part of the poem. The choric song Choric song shows the theme of the poem, the central idea of the poem, the atmosphere of the poem. Why Tennyson choose the pessimistic philosophy of life? Here clearly we can see in the choric song of the poem. Thus, our next point is pessimistic philosophy of life in the last stanza of choric song. The last stanza of choric song expresses Tennyson's highly pessimistic philosophy of life. What is the philosophy of life? The philosophy of life of no action, means no motion. The philosophy of inaction. In this last stanza, they express the different and careless attitude of gods and goddesses towards the misery of mankind. Here, Tennyson depicts the picture of gods sitting peacefully on the Greek Olympus mountain in their godly stead homes and feeding nectar. Nectar means the immortal drink. And instead of it, mankind is very depressing and pessimistic. The gods have no sympathy towards the mankind. They only mock at the sufferings of human being. Thus man is a helpless puppet in the hands of powerful fate, and it is not in his power to do anything against God. And therefore, at the Lotus Eaters Island, mariners want to stay and